In the movie Dances with Wolves, there are a few instances where both the ideas of the vanishing Indian and the noble savage were clearly represented. This movie employs the entirety of the Western aesthetic genre, as it includes ideas of honor, vengeance, justice, and more. As well as this, it includes the typical Indian characters, one of which is the noble savage. In my opinion, there are multiple characters that could be considered the noble savage of this movie, but for the sake of discussion, I will choose the one who, in my opinion, is most easily seen, Kicking Bird. Kicking Bird, along with being John Dunbar's trusty sidekick, represents all of the typical aspects of the noble savage in Western literature. This movie emphasizes his emotions and sensibility, for example. At the end of the movie, when Kicking Bird and Dances with Wolves make their final trade with each other, they are obviously both emotional. Kicking Bird even mentions that the two of them had come a long way together. This trade is also a callback to their first moment becoming friends when Dances with Wolves taught Kicking Bird the phrase, "good trade," in English. As well as this, there is a focus on impulses and passion. This can be clearly seen in the same scene as mentioned earlier, when Kicking Bird rummages through his things and is visibly frustrated and passionate at the fact that his close friend must leave. The noble savage also shows the typical indigenous traditions and customs throughout the movie, while Kicking Bird teaches the former lieutenant about the customs of Sioux culture, both the calmer tradition and the warrior-like traditions, like when Dances with Wolves fought the Pawnee with the Sioux tribe and also fought the American soldiers, which he used to be a part of. Another idea shown as a theme in the movie is the dying Indian race and the American dilemma, with the ideology of social progress reigning supreme, which is the fact that the belief, which we discussed in Lecture 18, was at the time that ultimately civilization must triumph over savagery, no matter how noble that savagery is.